The theory around conflict management has 5 conflict management styles: avoiding, accommodating, compromising, competing, and collaborating. So I want to take you through those. Avoiding is clearly a withdrawal strategy. You decide, no, I'm not going to deal with the issue or the problem involved. Accommodating. This is smoothing it over, saying, listen, you win, I lose. It allows the other person to win the conflict, and often that might be a good way, especially if you're going to have to work with them ongoing on more important issues or issues you see as more important. Could be a compromising, so the finding that middle ground. You agree to give up part of your goal if they agree to give up part of theirs. So it's a compromise of your position and their position. It might be a competition, where you compete to achieve your goal at all cost, even if it means sacrificing the relationship. And the final one here is it's the ultimate win-win strategy, as we call it. It involves energy, commitment, and excellent skills in communication, problem-solving, negotiation. Essentially, what that all means is it's about the innovation and creativity. So it's coming from your idea and coming from their idea and going, okay, how can we implement the best parts to come up with something completely different? Or maybe it is just pushing those 2 ideas away and coming up with a third, more excellent, better idea. The reason we have 5 conflict management styles is that not one style works across all situations. In terms of avoiding, we use this when an issue is trivial and when more important things are needed to your attention. So you might need to cool down temporarily and regain perspective, or it's just not the most important thing on your plate and you just want to ignore it for now. Accommodating is when issues are more important to others than yourself, or you might want to build credits for later disagreements. So you'd often do this if it's something really trivial for you, but it could be an important win for them, and you go, fantastic, I'm going to put that in my pocket, and when a more important issue comes up, you can say, hey, listen, we went with your idea this time, how about we go with my idea this time? Compromising. When you're looking to come up with a temporary solution, or when parties both have equal goals. So really it's about when you don't want to lose face and they don't want to lose face, and you want to make sure that you're at least getting half and half of what you want to do. Competing, it's when you need quick decisive action or when unpopular actions might be taken. So if you're trying to implement a new HR strategy that a lot of people are disagreeing with, but you know it's going to work and you need to do it quickly, you might be looking to compete and say, this strategy is the one I have to go with, we can't go with another one. Collaborating really is the preferred style in most situations, especially when we're talking about the big ideas. But it really is timely and it can be costly because you need to sit there with the other parties and work through it, and that does take time. So when you're looking at a particular situation and you're looking at conflict, ask yourself, well, which one of these 5 styles is going to work for me right now and into the future? We're now going to look at the outcomes of conflict resolution. So we have here avoiding in a lose-lose situation. So by avoiding the situation, both parties lose. No one achieves the true desires, and the underlying reasons for the conflict remain unaffected, and it might bubble over and come up at a later time. Accommodating, so when you're accommodating another person, you lose and they win at this situation. So one party has achieved their outcome and one party hasn't. In compromising, you've both lost something and you've both given up something to achieve a goal. So we look at that as still a lose-lose situation, even though it might be a win for the organisation. When you're competing, there has to be a loser. So if you're the one who's pushed through that HR change, you're the winner and the other party has lost ground. The final one there in collaborating, we talk about this as a win-win. The conflict was resolved, you've worked well with the person, you've collaborated, you've come up with something innovative, and it's been resolved for everyone's benefit.